folks, thanks for joining me today. So in today's tutorial, I did this rock a while ago and it was kind of a mistake, I guess, or an accident. So I didn't film it because I was doing this for a project outside of my YouTube channel, and the background came out completely not the way that I wanted it, but it ended up being something absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do a video later to show you how I got this background, but I'm going to explain it to you right now. So basically what I did, first of all, let me tell you that this is a mold that I created, sorry, a stone that I created from a mold from the Happy Dotting Company. It's mold number 3, so it's the smaller one. Um, but how I got this background was I originally painted it white, and then I used the holographic illusion that I used on the Dragonfly. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the description below so you can go and check out the butterfly, or sorry, the Dragonfly. I used this holographic illusions on its wings. So I painted this over top of the white, and I did not like it at all. It, to me, for the project that I was working on, it just didn't work. So what I did was I painted it over with black. But with the holographic illusion paint, it's got chunky glitter in it. And so it was really bumpy. So I sanded it to try to get it smooth. And what it did was it sanded off the black off of the chunky parts of the holographic illusion. And wow, it, you can't see it on camera, but I hope I get it when I do the resin reveal at the end. But oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I was so impressed with this. And I really liked how the hearts turned out on my Mother's Day rock that I did on the heart rock. I'll link uh, um, I'll link that to in the description below, so that if you want to go and see those two, um, that's basically where I got my inspiration, or how this all happened. So I promise I will do a video on how I got the background done on this rock. But again, like I said, a complete accident. But you never know what you're going to get, right? Like, so just experiment, play around with stuff. Don't give up. You might end up with something absolutely beautiful that you weren't even trying for. And yeah, so definitely don't give up. Keep going with your painting. So now I will catch you up to where we are. So I started off by drawing my design on the rock with my General's charcoal pencil. But if you've been around for a while, you know that I'm not very good at following what I draw. I usually start off very good, following along, and then I just go off in my own world and I draw on my own stuff. So it's good to have a starting point, but if you're like me and you just, color outside of the lines, that's totally okay. The reason why I use the General's charcoal pencil is because it wipes away very easily. So if you don't follow your guidelines, you can erase it. So that's why I use it. So I drew on the stem to kind of make it look like a whimsical tree. And I put hearts on it as the flowers, I guess. So each flower has their own color. And I went with the pinks because, again, I really like the pinks on the Mother's Day rock that I did. So the dark pink one is Wild Berry from Americana. The bright pink one is Parisian pink from FolkArt. And the one at the very top, the light pink one, is Baby Pink from FolkArt. And then, as always, my background is white and black by DecoArt. And then, of course, as I explained about the holographic illusion paint, that is also by DecoArt. So, and now I'm using Spun Gold by DecoArt. So I do this you can see that I'm making it very thick. And there's a reason why I'm doing this, because instead of, painting on the black and then trying to outline with gold on either side, I kind of cheat. So I paint the gold on thick, and then I put the black in the middle. So you'll see that coming up, but yeah, I cheat. But it still works. It looks great. Nobody needs to know, right? It's our secret. Yeah, we can do that. So anyways, I'm just going around and I'm outlining. I'm not really outlining. I'm filling in the branches that I drew on after. And I'm sorry that part of the video I forgot to press record. I sometimes get so involved with these paintings that I forget that um, I need to film this stuff for you guys so that you can see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing anyways right now. The hearts will be blended. So I'm going to be using, I start off with using one of my homemade blending brushes, and I didn't like it. So then I switched over to the ones that I bought off of Amazon. There's a link in the description below for those as well. So check that out. I should have gone with those to begin with. So here I'm using it right now by putting the dark pink back on. It's almost like a red kind of color. Um, but here I am with my homemade brush, and see how it's just not blending really well? I mean, it's doing its job, but it's just not doing it very well. So I do switch over to the ones that I purchased from Amazon. So like I said, there's a link in the description below. So I think that this brush here, it's just about at its lifespan, I guess. It's spread out so much that I end up getting white clumps built up on the edges, and it just it was leaving white blobs here and there. You couldn't really see them, but yeah, it just wasn't working. So that's why I switched over. But I do this technique on all three of the hearts using the same original color of each heart. So for example, this one I'm using white after I just put on a fresh coat of that wild berry, and I'm just sort of sponging it out. I haven't yet switched over to the other brush, but I will shortly, because I just found that was changing the whole color of the heart and I wasn't happy with it. There I am. I'm doing it now with my blending brush, and it's working so much better. I like it so much better. So that other brush, I think it's time to retire it and find another one and move on. Um, so yes, I do this for each of the hearts. I blend in and give some light and some shadows, just to give it a little bit of a 3D effect. Um, and yeah, so I just continue to blend away, and you don't have to do it as much as I do. I get a little picky sometimes, and sometimes I get it just perfect and I want to add that just a little bit more. Next thing you know, I'm doing the whole thing over again. So, and that's just me. It's part of my, we'll call it art therapy. But that's what I do. So you'll see now the other hearts already have sort of that glow around them. And that's because I decided that you didn't need to watch me do them all, but you get the idea. So that's why I just showed you the first one. I did exactly the same thing on the other two. The really light pink one, it's hard to see. It didn't blend as much as I thought it would. But that's okay, because then I put these little white bloops on there to make it look shiny. So that's the trick of the trade, I guess, that you want to make something look shiny, just put these little white bloops on there and you're good to go. So that's what I do with all of those. And now I'm coming in with some gold paint with my fine lining brush, and I'm just outlining the hearts, just so that they're all outlined with gold. Okay, folks, here's a little housekeeping. If you're really liking this video, please give me that thumbs up. I'd really like to know, and it helps with the algorithm as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe and make sure you ring the bell, because I post every Friday and you don't want to miss out. And if you got something to say, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have something maybe that you want to see me attempt or you want me to paint, maybe using a different type of paint or maybe painting a different, I don't know, something other than a rock. Let me know in the comments below. I'm willing to try anything that you guys want to see. I mean, after all, you're the audience. You're the one that drives this channel. So I need from you suggestions on what you want to see. Because, I mean, I'm just painting what I want to paint. And which is great because I love to paint what I love to paint. But if there's something that you're interested in and you want to see it, let me know. I'm always up for a challenge. I will do the research. I love doing all sorts of things like that to bring things to you. So, as if this rock isn't beautiful enough without anything else, I will let you in on something. I do add some bling bling to this. So, I've used these before. They're actually for nail art. Was provided to me by a really good friend, and I really like them. There's really tiny hearts. There's some kind of leaf shapes, and then there's circles. So in this particular one, I use. Oh, I should also mention they're like every color. I just it's amazing. They're so pretty and they just shimmer and shine so nice, especially after the resin goes on. But so I just use the hearts and the little ones that look like leaves. So I'll show you that very soon. But before I do that, I am showing you right now how I do my cheat um, by putting the black paint in the middle of the gold so that way it looks like it's outlined in gold on either side. Pretty smart, eh? I thought so. But it's just a little bit easier to do to do it this way because then you're not worried about, going over with the black paint and then coming back in with the gold paint and then you accidentally bump over the black paint and then you're constantly touching up. So this way, you're just doing it basically twice. So you put the gold on thicker, as in like wider, than you would normally, and then you would come in and do your black lines the way that you want them to appear inside of the gold. So it's just a little bit easier to do it that way, and it still looks absolutely brilliant. So, and that can be something that, you know, you can do in so many different types of applications. Like if you're doing a leaf and you're outlining the leaf, maybe the veins, you can do it this way so that you've got the vein as a different color than the rest of it, but you still want that shadow kind of look, like to make it look raised. So just paint the darker color of, we'll go with green because most leaves are green. So just use the darker color, make it a little bit wider, and then come in with your other color that you're going to use, likely a light color, and just go in the middle. And there you go. You've got your veins for your leaves. So maybe that's something I'll try and bring that to you. But that's just another way you can use this application. So now what I'm doing is I'm outlining the hearts on the inside of the gold line. Now this is a little tricky and I did kind of go over some of the gold a couple of times and I had to go back in and touch it up, but it is what it is. I just found that the heart needed to be outlined in black to make it really pop like the rest of it. So that's why I go in with my handmade fine lining brush and go in and I do the hearts. And it does really separate it from the rest of the rock that is just absolutely gorgeous in itself. So again, I wish the camera picked up what I'm seeing because it is absolutely, oh, it's stunning. So I will be doing another rock, like I said at the beginning of the video. I will be doing a video to show you how I got this effect. So here's those little gems I was talking to you about. Those are the ones I'm going to be using, and I'm using triple thick as my glue and just a nail stylus to put them on. So these are little red hearts, and I'm putting them on the ends of each of the swirlies, and I'm just using the red. And then I do, this is for one of the leaves. So I put on a generous amount because I'm going to be doing the dark green on the bottom and then the light green color on the top. Like I said, there's oodles of colors of these things, so I was able to do this with the lights and the darks, and it's so pretty. And the tool that I'm using, um, I don't remember where I got it, but it was with some scrapbooking stuff. So I'm sure that you could find something like that. If I can find it, I'll let you know. But yeah, so I let it dry, give it a coat of resin, and it's finished. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.